I'm Larry Menti. Welcome back to the Delaware Way. As promised, we continue our conversation with Representative Debra Heffernan, Democrat, North Wilmington. You're on the Joint Finance Committee, so you're working on the budget. How are we looking?
Well, revenue is down, which is making a challenging year. We're looking at a lot of priorities, spending priorities, and we're just wanting to make sure that we do the right thing for the people of Delaware, and it's a difficult year.
Revenue is down is a major concern. Looking forward to coming into the next year, where do you think revenue can go up? I mean, where do you see us getting new revenue?
Well, we have a lot of things that the whole legislature is talking about, revenue boosters, and we're talking about a lot of different things right now. It's really in that type of stage, but we do need to think of some other revenue boosters. We have cut costs as much as we can, so that's pretty much where we are.
When you talk about revenue boosters, is that new taxes?
I would say we don't like to say that.
I know you don't like to. That's why I want to put it out.
We don't like to say that. A revenue booster.
Let me get to specific.
Fees, yeah.
How about a gas tax?
The gas tax, I think, is something that we're still talking about. I don't think it's going to be as far-reaching as what we thought about last year. We're also talking about potential increases in fees and things that are going to be low hits for the public, but things that can help our state as a whole.
Let me stay with the gas tax for 1 second. Is the gas tax so unpopular and so controversial it's almost off the table at this point?
I think that we haven't discussed a retail gas tax like we did last year, so I don't know if it's off the table. I think that given our revenue situation in the state, we're just going to have to look at every option open to us and make a good decision for our state.
I was surprised to find out that per capita, Delaware is third in the country when it comes to putting people to death from death row in capital punishment. And now there is a bill that is making its way again through the legislature to ban the death penalty in Delaware. Where do you stand on that?
I'm a co-sponsor of the legislation, so I do support repeal of the death penalty. Right now, the bill has passed through the Senate. It is going to go through the House, probably to the House Judiciary Committee. I'm not a member of that committee, so we'll have to see how the discussion goes.
How do you feel right now? Can it get out of committee? I know that there's a large contingent of crime fighters, of police officers who are against the legislation because they feel that capital punishment is a deterrent for shooting at a police officer. Do you see it getting out of that committee this time through?
I don't know, because, I mean, not being a member of that committee, I think it's going to depend how the conversation goes. I think that I do respect the committee process in our legislature, so we're just going to have to see how the discussion goes and the pros and cons, and hope that it does get out of committee.
There's a push for more casinos in Delaware, and a lot of people would like to see a casino in Wilmington. Would you like to see that?
You know what, I am not really much of a gambler, but I think that at this point, it's a hard topic because we have our 3 casinos that say they are struggling right now. I don't know, you know, there isn't a casino in Wilmington, there isn't a casino at the beach, so I can see both sides of that issue and see there's
open
benefit.
Market. You don't think that you just let the market decide if one wants to open up, let it happen?
You know what? I'm not sure. I think that there's benefits to that. It could definitely raise some money for the state, but the 3 casinos we have right now are not they're hurting, so I don't know how that would benefit them. It would just make it harder for all the casinos, I think. Okay,
thank you so much.
Thank
I really
you.
appreciate
Very
you
nice
coming in. Representative Debra Heffernan from North Wilmington, a Democrat. And please come back. We'd love to hear about your legislation and how it's making it through, all your legislation.
Thank
and how
you
they're
so
making
much.
it through.
I appreciate you having me on.
And Miss Delaware is here. We'll talk to her when we come right back.